The ruling, authored by conservative Justice Samuel Alito, left open the possibility that some immigrants could challenge their detention. These immigrants potentially could argue that the use of the 1996 federal law involved in the case, the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act, against them long after finishing their sentences would violate their due process rights under the U.S. Constitution. Most of the plaintiffs in the case are legal immigrants. In dissent, liberal Justice Stephen Breyer said the ruling raises serious due process questions. It runs the gravest risk of depriving those whom the government has detained of one of the oldest and most important of our constitutionally guaranteed freedoms, Breyer wrote. But Alito wrote that it is not the court's job to impose a time limit for when immigrants can be detained after serving a prison sentence. Alito noted that the court has previously said that an official's crucial duties are better carried out late than never. Alito said the challenger's assertion that immigrants had to be detained within 24 hours of ending a prison sentence is especially hard to swallow. It marked Trump's latest immigration victory at the court. The conservative justices also were in the majority in June 2018 when the court upheld on a 5-4 vote Trump's travel ban targeting people from several Muslim-majority countries. Tuesday's decision follows a February 2018 ruling in a similar case in which the conservative majority, over liberal dissent, curbed the ability of immigrants held in long-term detention during deportation proceedings to argue for release. Most extreme interpretation. American Civil Liberties Union lawyer Cecilia Wong, who argued the newly decided case for the challengers, said that in both rulings the Supreme Court has endorsed the most extreme interpretation of immigration detention statutes, allowing mass incarceration of people without any hearing, simply because they are defending themselves against a deportation charge. Wong said the ACLU is looking into follow-up litigation along various avenues. Trump has backed limits on legal and illegal immigrants since taking office in January 2017. Carrie Kupuk, a U.S. Justice Department spokeswoman, said administration officials were pleased with the ruling. The Ninth Circuit had ruled that convicted immigrants who are not immediately detained by immigration authorities after finishing their sentences but then later picked up by immigration authorities could seek bond hearings to argue for their release. Under federal immigration law, immigrants convicted of certain offenses are subject to mandatory detention during their deportation process. They can be held indefinitely without a bond hearing after completing their sentences.